All right, it's been a little bit since I had a new build come out, and this one is a lot of fun because the new patch just dropped, and with that, a new set did get released just when the new patch dropped, and I farmed it out, and honestly, I really like it. I think it's a lot of fun. So I hope that you guys enjoy too. As we get started, I just wanted to show you guys one thing because I thought it was really cute. I need everybody to say hi to Dario. He's on my lap. He wants to say hi to everybody. He didn't want to leave my lap. I was like, hey, buddy, I'm about to record a build video. He said, I don't care. I'm going to be here regardless. So everybody, please say hi to Dario in the comments. I'd appreciate that. So we're going to go over everything right now. But as you see, we're going to be running Xanamir Spellweaver. It's a brand new set, but we'll get to that in time. I promise you. So to start off, we're going to be a Dark Elf DK. We're going to have to be Dragon Knight at base on this character because we are using Pyrobrand, and you cannot use Pyrobrand if you're not on Dragon Knight. So you have to be a Dragon Knight. I'm on Dark Elf on this build. With that being said, race is 100% up to you. You could be Dark Elf, you could be something like Imperial, you could be something like even Khajiit would be good right now because Khajiit is because Crit is so strong in the game regardless. I think Nord is very slept on right now. I think Nord is very good. Imperial, just things like that. So honestly, just pick whatever race you want and whichever one just works around what works for you. For our attributes, we're going to have 0 points into magic, 39 points into health, and 25 points into stamina to give us a max magic pool of 17.4k, max health pool of 30.1k, and a max stam pool of 20.3k. Also, Jewels of Mizrul is going to be our food. It's going to increase our overall health. And it's also going to increase our magic and stam recovery as well. And then on top of that, we're going to be using some tripods. That way we can continue to get a bunch of resources back, get that recovery up, all that stuff. Tripods are always the way to go. Also, Serpent is going to be our Mundus. You need a little bit of extra recovery on this build. You kind of need it in my opinion. So definitely use Serpent. So let's move on to our gear because I think that's pretty important. Pyrobrand is going to be our front bar set. I think Pyrobrand definitely does do a lot of the heavy lifting on this build because Pyrobrand is very, very, very strong. Like I'm telling you, it's very strong. It's one of the best sets in the game. So I know a lot of you guys have been like, hey, I don't want to farm it out. I'm going to be honest. That's completely your loss. I think you need to farm this out. If you want to be a Dragon Knight player, and if you want to be able to just perform to the best of your abilities, people are like, hey, what's an alternative to Pyrobrand? I'm like, there's not an alternative in my opinion. I think that it's just such in a league of its own that you just want to take a little bit of time out of your day. If you want to, it's so much easier to farm with other people. Look in the comments, be like, hey, I'm looking to farm Pyrobrand on, let's say, PCNA. Anybody else interested? Connect with each other. It's so helpful. It's definitely a lot easier to do it in groups because you'll be able to go and clear everything so much faster. So definitely get Pyrobrand. So what it does though is it gives you a line of offensive penetration, 2 lines of weapon and spell damage, and then your light attacks deal 7,000 flame damage over 6 seconds, which we're not even buffed, so that number is going to go up significantly. And then on top of that, if you think about it, that is a very low damage spread. 6 seconds. That is a very low spread, so that's hitting very hard, and that reapplies every time you light attack as well. So basically that initial dot damage, you're hitting them with a light attack of the damage of your light attack and then the damage of your Pyrobrand, and then it continues to go off as well. So basically you're always having it on them at all times. It's amazing dot damage. And then also your fully charged heavy attacks are going to consume up to 3 of your damage over time effects to deal 4,400 flame damage in a 6-meter radius to the target, dealing up to 200% more damage to enemies below 33% health. I don't use that part of Pyrobrand that often, I'm gonna be honest guys. It's not the best, but it's still pretty good. For me, I mostly use it for the dot and the light attacks. Don't even sweat about that part. So again, we're using a heavy impen helmet for Pyrobrand. We're also going to be using One Piece Magma Incarnate for your shoulder. It's going to be medium impen. The reason why we're using this is the One Piece gives you extra magic and stam recovery. If you don't have Magma Incarnate, I know that you can go to the sewers and get the Baron Thirsk shoulder piece, and that gets you the exact same thing. You won't have to grind any PvE. You'll have to just spend a little bit of Telvar for it, but it does the same thing where you get a little bit of magic and stam recovery as well. So again, Pyrobrand is going to be our heavy chest piece in Reinforced. And then Xanamir's Spellweaver. Love this set. My only criticism about it is that it's a light armor set. I wish I wish it was a medium armor set, but that's okay. Not everything can be medium sets. That's perfectly fine. It's going to be hard to combo with Rallying Cry because then you'll be in 2 light armor sets. But regardless, I like this a lot. So Zamir Spellweaver, what it does is it gives you a line of crit chance, 2 lines of weapon and spell damage, and then the 5-piece, the really big part. Increases your damage done with Flame, Frost, and Shock damage by 5%. We've got a lot of damage on here that's flame damage because we have Molten Whip, we have Burning Embers, and we have Flames of Oblivion. Sorry, I'm so bad with names sometimes. So that's all going to be increased by 5%. But what's important as well is we're always proccing the burning status effect on this build because we have so many of those abilities. And then on top of that, increases the damage done with your burning, chilled, and concussion by an additional 15%. Guys, we've got LE susceptibility on here. Burning is always proccing, guys. Burning is always proccing on this build between Burning Embers. I'm pretty sure Firebrand is always going to be proccing that as well. And then also LE susceptibility. We are proccing Burning so often, and having that increase by 15% is insane amounts of damage. It is really good. So you combo that all together and it's so amazing. I'm in love with this thing. So we're going to be using Light Impen Hands, Light Impen Waist for Zamir Spellweaver, and then also Light Impen Feet for Zamir as well. Buddies, please stop hitting this. He's rubbing against my mic, bro. Like, bro, can you calm down? So that's all phenomenal. Also, I'm using medium Pyrobrain guards. If you're feeling a little bit too squishy on this build, that's completely fine. Like, I get it. Just use heavy Impen legs. But for now, I was like, I want a little bit more damage, so I put on medium Impen, and I really like it. It's good so far. So looking at our jewelry, we're going to be using Markin Ring of Majesty and Protective with a weapon and spell damage enchantment on it. I wanted to go with Markin on this build. I did not test anything else because I was like, you know what? This feels really nice. The reason why I chose Markin over something like Monomyth or potentially even something along the lines of Malakath is because this is going to give you that extra little bit of armor as well that I think you need since you're in 3 light armor. I'm telling you guys, I do not like being in light armor at all. It makes you super squishy. I don't like it. I don't like the passives that it gives you, any of that stuff. So for me, Markin was the best way to counteract that. And going triple protective with all of our jewelry is the way to go. So Markin Ring of Majesty, Protective, Weapon and Spell Damage enchantment on it. And then both our other pieces of jewelry are going to be Zanmir Spellweaver Ring and Zanmir Spellweaver Amulet. Both are going to be protective, and then both are going to have reduced magic stam and health cost on abilities by 133%. So prismatic reduced cost on those. Both are going to have those. I really feel like you need it. I would love nothing more than to build 100% into damage, but it's not realistic. This is the best way to be able to survive and sustain. And then if you're feeling, hey, I'm able to sustain pretty well from here, then slowly but surely add a little bit of extra, like get rid of one of the glyphs and add a weapon damage glyph on there. And then just slowly but surely just move from there and just kind of adjust your playstyle. But I think that between the 2 reduced costs, the 1-piece Magma Incarnate for your recovery, and then Serpent Mundus, I think that is the best way to be able to sustain on this build. Because sustaining, if you don't have all of this working towards it, it's going to be difficult. I'm not going to lie. Also, Pyrobrand is going to be our front bar set. Like I said before, Zanmir is going to be on our body at all times. 3 body pieces and then our jewelry. So it is always active since we're always hitting that burning stuff. It is amazing. So Pyrobrand is going to be our front bar set. It's going to be dual wield maces. Main hand is going to be Nirnhoned with a shock damage enchantment on it. And our offhand is going to be charged with a physical damage enchantment on it. I wanted this so that, again, I can just keep on getting stamina back. In a perfect world, I probably should put on like burning, but I don't know. I like this. It lets me sustain. And then Vateshran Perfected Ice Staff on the back bar. I really like Vateshran, and this build kind of just brings it all together. What it does is it gives you a line of offensive pen if you're doing the perfected line, which you don't need to do it. It's usually on your back bar, so don't sweat about that too much. And then what it really does is casting weakness to elements on a target within 15 meters of you. Basically, it's going to put a tether between you and your enemy. And then every second, it's going to do either flame, shock, or frost damage. So again, that's buffed by Zanvir. It's going to be doing to that every 1 second, which increases by 1% each time it deals damage, up to 20%. So that's really good. That damage increases so much over time, and that can occur once every 10 seconds. So that's good. It's a great way to go. It's so much extra pressure in a 1v1. I highly recommend it. Definitely use this. And then let's go to our skills next, because why not? Molten Whip, it's going to be our pseudo sort of burst damage. It's not going to really be our spammable, more or less. I'm going to show you at the end of this video exactly how I line up my burst damage. That way you can see exactly how to do it properly. So Molten Whip is a great form of burst potential because it's going to deal 7,800 flame damage. Good, right? Awesome. But it also does more damage based on how many Seething Fury stacks you have. So you get Seething Fury stacks by activating other Ardent Flame abilities. Your other Ardent Flame abilities are your next two abilities. It's going to be Burning Embers. It's going to be Flames of Oblivion. Burning Embers, what it does is it leaves a little bit of a dot on your enemy, and it's going to be doing damage every second, or every other second. I forgot what it was. I think it's every other second. And so that's great, always applying the burning status effect. And then what's really cool about this as well that I love is you heal for 102% of the damage done with this ability. So I love that. I think that's great. I know that I probably could increase my flame damage even more by using the other morph of Noxious Breath. I don't even remember the name of it, and I've never really used it. I like this one better. It's better for your overall survivability. You get so much healing done over time because of this, and it really helps your overall survivability. Because if you're kiting, you hit multiple people with this. Amazing. Love it. Also, Flames of Oblivion. This is going to be a little bit of burst potential as well, but I really like it. It's a high form of damage that's usually towards the top of my damage whenever I'm in a fight, and I highly recommend using this. So what it does is you're going to put a bunch of flames around you, and then it's every 5 seconds, you're going to be firing 3 fireballs at your enemies, and it's going to be dealing 6,100 flame damage, again, unbuffed, so it's going to get even higher. And then what I really love about this, what really brings this together, is while on either bar, it's going to give you Major Savagery and Prophecy. So it's going to be able to increase your weapon and spell critical by 2,600, and that's going to increase your overall crit percentage, helps for your damage, helps for your heals. Phenomenal. Also, we have Streak on this because we are using Storm Calling on this build. So Streak, it's going to be your form of CC, it's going to be your form of getting into situations, it's going to be a form of getting out of situations. Just don't spam it too much because it has increased costs. If you cast it within 4 seconds, it's going to cost 33% more magic. So try not to kind of spam this because it will get very expensive and it will start stacking up and it will start draining your magic. My advice, just use 2 and then just wait 4 seconds. Get a roll dodge in, maybe get 2 roll dodges in. That's fine. Blighted Blast Bones. I feel like I'm in the minority of people that like Blast Bones more than Shulks in this game. I think it's more fun. I think it's kind of more reliable too, because I don't know, man. I never look at people when I've got Shulks on. I don't know why. So this is going to apply a lot of burst damage to your enemies. It's got an 11,000 tooltip on there, and I'm not even buffed yet, so it's going to get a lot higher. And then what's really cool to that as well is everybody that's getting hit, it's going to apply the disease status effect, which is basically minor defile, and then it's also going to apply major defile as well for 4 seconds, reducing their healing and healing received by 12%. So if you always apply this on your enemy, they're always going to have major defile on them. So you have that going at all times. You have all of your other damage going at all times. They can't heal themselves as well. You keep on hitting them with damage. You keep on hitting them with your dots like Burning Embers and everything. They're going to be taking a lot of damage, guys. I love it. And then Dawnbreaker, because like, look, Dawnbreaker is Dawnbreaker. Like, do I even have to say anything about this point? Yes, I would like to try dual wield ult on this build, but I think that Dawnbreaker is one of those abilities where if you hit a Dawnbreaker into Blighted Blast Bones with a 3-stack Molten Whip, I'm telling you guys, that's damage. That's the most amount of damage you could ever have in your life. I love it. Also, crit surge on your back bar is going to be your source of major brutality and sorcery, increasing your weapon and spell damage by 20% for 33 seconds. Basically, that's great. You want that at all times. But what's really important as well that's really cool is while active, dealing critical damage is going to heal you for 3,300 health, and that can occur every 1 second. So while you're critting, whether it's your dots on burning embers, whether it's your hurricane, which is going to be your source of major resolve, which is going to put a little AoE around you, which does damage every 2 seconds. So look, it's not the most amount of damage, but it will crit. That is going to be great. Whatever it is, whatever's critting on your build currently, that's going to heal you as well. So that's great for your sustain. It's great for your survivability. You want that, right? So crit surge, amazing. Hurricane, amazing. One thing I didn't talk about with hurricane, yes, I said major resolve, so it's going to increase your physical and spell resistance by 6,000. Also, it's going to give you minor expedition, increasing your movement speed by 15%. It's going to make you fast. It's going to make you tanky. You want hurricane up at all times. Also, resolving vigor. This is going to be a nice 5-second heal over time to get you right back up to full health. Also, on top of that, getting minor resolve is important as well, increasing your physical and spell resistance by 3,000 for 20 seconds. So between resolving vigor and hurricane, your overall resistance is increased by 9,000. You want that. Healing Soul, this is a scribing ability, and what it does is it gives you a nice burst heal, and then also we have the Druid's Resurgence script on there, which is going to give you 600 magic and stamina back. And then we also have the Vitality script on there, which is going to give you major vitality for 10 seconds, increasing your healing received by 12%. Basically, if you guys don't know this, I want to show you this right now before we continue. If you don't have this, very easy way to get that script. What you want to do is you want to go to Reaper's March. You go into Ralka right there, and there's the Mage's Guild, right? That area in the back is the Mage's Guild. This is the Way Shrine. You go all the way across. Far side, Mage's Guild. Right on this little pillar thing back here is a blue script just lying there. That is your Vitality script. It's free to get. You walk up and you grab it, and then you just consume it on that character, and then you have that script. That way you could just create that skill. Amazing. Definitely use that. So I just wanted to make sure that you guys knew about that in case you didn't, you know. Also, Ellie's Susceptibility. This is going to be what's proccing your Vadashron's Ice Staff. So Ellie's ability, you need this on your back bar. And what you want to do is, well, what it does is it applies Major Breach to your enemies. So it reduces their physical and spell resistance by 6,000 as well. So that's huge for their overall. It makes your enemies just squishier. So I like it. And then every 7.5 seconds, the enemy is going to be afflicted with the Burning, Chilled, and Concussion status effects, which those status effects sound familiar, right? That's because Zanmir buffs them by 15%. I like it. I'm just saying. And then Swarming Scion, this is going to be the Vampire Ultimate. So I'm still Vampire Stage 1 on here. I don't really do much besides that. I don't go to Stage 3 anymore. I just don't. And so Swarming Scion, it's basically a get-out-of-jail-free card. It is a very costly ultimate, but I like the amount of damage that it does. I feel like you're insanely tanky while you're in there, and then also on top of that, you're doing a lot of damage while you're inside of it, so it's nice. I like it a lot. And then let's look at our champion points. Our blue slottables are Ironclad, Resilience. You need Resilience since you don't have Rallying Cry on here. Fighting Finesse, and Untamed Aggression. Our red slottables are Survival Instincts, Sustained by Suffering, Pain's Refuge, and Fortified. In our green tree, I don't look at those because the passives are really what's more important. Your green tree, what you really want on everything, you want Breakfall. That's the most important one to put on there. Reduces your fall damage taken by 35%. You want that. Also, Rationer, Liquid Efficiency. Oh my god, I didn't have Discipline Artisan on this one. Guys, make sure you have Discipline Artisan at all times. Don't be like me. Increase the experience gain for each active skill line by 15%. So it makes the grinding a lot faster. I was messing that up, but so... I don't know, that's my bad. Whoopsies. I should have that up more often. But definitely make sure you have those three, and then Discipline Artisan is the fourth that you really want in there. Makes it so that your skill lines get grinded a lot faster. So let's move on and let's show you exactly how the combos work on this build. All right, so obviously you want to make sure your buffs are always up. So Crit Surge, always up, increase your weapon and spell damage. Also make sure Hurricane is almost up. Also, make sure you hit Resolving Vigor every now and then, too. All those are the three most important things to have. So the way I start off every single fight, when I'm about to engage, I throw up my Blast Bones first because it does take 2.5 seconds to activate and then go towards the enemy. So then you activate it first, and then it has time to go to your enemies. And then what I do is I get a light attack weave, just like that, because that's going to apply my Pyrebrand. And then from there, I do light attack into burning embers, because burning embers, you see a lot of people start to panic and roll dodge. You cannot hit people through roll dodge, so it's the best way to start to activate that. And then from there, I hit my, I go to my back bar and I hit my LA susceptibility, and then front bar again, and I hit my Flames of Oblivion just like that. It's that simple. And then also you're gonna keep on weaving, blast bones and everything in between all those. But this is how it looks more or less between everything when all is said and done. So all your buffs up. And also what I do is I make sure that I'm always light attacking between every single ability, because what it does is it always applies Pyrebrand, and that damage is amazing. Like, I am always applying that, and it is the way to go. And then a big way to go as far as your damage goes, if you want to get your big burst, but not waste your Dawnbreaker, the best form of burst that you can do is just like this. So you do all this, you do the same thing where you apply your blast bones first, light attack into burning embers, light attack into your LA stability, light attack into blast bones again, light attack into Flames of Oblivion. And I usually hit Flames of Oblivion back to back because that damage is nice and it gets to a 3-stack Seething Fury. Now what you do is you make sure your LA stability is on them, blast bones, streak, take a little bit of time back, light attack into whip, and a 3-stack whip into a blast bones that they're taking to the face. They're not able to block any of that damage because they got streaked and CC'd. That is going to burst down most of your enemies. If it's not gonna, if it doesn't eliminate them, then I'm telling you, it's gonna put them on the defensive, and they're going to be struggling after that. So make sure you do that. Make sure you have a 3-stack Seething Fury whip when you go in to attack them, because if you hit that and a blast ones at the same time, chef's kiss, guys. So guys, I just want to say thank you so much for watching today's video. I can't stress how much I appreciate it. I really hope that you enjoyed. If you do like Xanamir, let me know. I do like this thing a lot. I think it's so much fun. So I hope that you guys enjoyed. If you did, like I said, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And if you can comment on the video, comment if you like the video. If you're looking for people to grind Pyrebrand with, let them know. Let them know what your @ name is. Let them know what server you're on, PCNA, PCEU, XboxNA, Xbox, you know what I mean. All that stuff. Let them know, because it's a lot easier to grind when you have multiple people there. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Later.